Okay, so let's start right now. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lang once again. I hope you are not sick and tired of hearing me for these 4 days. So today is the last day of the 4-day online curriculum that we have for our new sellers. All right, so what is today going to be about? Today we are going to learn how to make your brand and product more prominent. I think this is really the most important one, which is why we leave it on the day 4. So yesterday we have questions asking about how to compete for prices, which is something that I would not actually recommend you to compete in terms of pricing. So I think one thing that you can definitely compete is in terms of your branding, right? Making your brand stand out is definitely the advantage, just like how, take for example, Apple launches a new products, right? Given that the product probably is the similar product, there are other similar devices that can do the same thing, I'm pretty sure, like video editing or something, but still, they are still one of the leaders in terms of the digital devices, consumption, etc. So you probably know they have a very good branding. How they brand their product branding strategy is something that everyone is trying to do as well. So branding for your product is definitely more important, and that is something that you should also focus on. Besides, ensuring you have a good product, you also want to make sure that you have a very good brand. So let's start today's session. Let me go on to the next slide. All right, so some important notice. You want to take a quick read on this? All right, again, to repeat for those of you who join us first time round, you can find our recording on our official YouTube playlist and also on our sell.amazon.sg/North America, our official Amazon website as well. If you scroll down to the end of the calendar where some of you sign up, you can also see there is a button for you to look at the past webinar. Right, so if you're active on YouTube, I would strongly suggest you to subscribe, right, so that any of my playback you will be notified in your YouTube feed. All right. So next, put your questions into the question box. I do see some questions now already, and then also I pull out those questions that was asked during the registration form as well. We have a few more questions, I believe, that we can address today. And then today, I hope that we have more time to address any other question that is not covered in the last few days. Last but not least, always make sure you always refer to the Seller Central or the Seller Central help in the Seller Central platform to get the most updated information. So a quick introduction of the team. I'm in Seller Education. We provide a variety of learning programs to guide seller through your Amazon selling journey, be it new seller, existing seller, all right, or even aspiring sellers like yourself. Right. So there are a lot of support that we provide for sellers to make sure that they can be successful on the selling journey with us. So one of it is the Amazon Seller University. There is a lot of information, a lot of training on demand that you can access and to help you keep track of your learning progress. There is also the YouTube playlist as well on Salon University on all the different topics that you can revisit. And also the one that you're attending right now, which is the Amazon Live webinar, you will get to interact with your host, with your presenter, and from time to time, I will also invite external speakers to come join in to share more insights on their domain of expertise. Right. Last to share, we still have the promotions going on. So these promotions is actually a very rare promotions that we have. Right. So for USD $1, you actually get access to the professional selling plan for a total of 6 months. Right. So this promotion will run from now until the end of September 30th this year. So this professional plan comes with a lot of the benefits, right? With this professional selling plan, you get access to brand building tools, or you can build out a very fancy and attractive brand store, which I'm going to show you later, and also develop your A+ content, which is something we're going to cover as well. Right, this will all help you to increase your brand conversions, make your product stand out and more visible to your customers. right? And then you also get access to Product Opportunity Explorer to help you research on the products that you want to sell on Amazon. So I think it's good if you are still thinking about whether or not it's time for you to, invest this initial cost of setting up an account. You might want to consider to take up this promotion if you're eligible for the promotion. All right. So today we're going to learn about how to make your brand and product more prominent on Amazon. If you still have not downloaded the workbook, you can download it from the Seller Central. All right, the QR code is here. Also, you can go to the registration page where you register for this webinar. There is a direct link as well. You can download the PDF. And these are the agenda in the workbook, but I won't be covering every single agenda. You can deep dive into the workbook after the session. So I will go through what I think is very useful for new seller to kickstart. So first one, to enhance your product detail page, sellers like yourself can use A plus content. So A plus content is an Amazon tool that helps seller to build rich and engaging product detail page like you see over here. So with A plus content, right, you are able to display pictures of your products in a variety of scenarios, combining with images and text to tell your unique brand story. This helps your customer better understand your products, enhance your publicity, and also may become more inclined to make a purchase. Right, you ask yourself whenever you go to a product listing on any of the e-commerce website, something that always catches you will be how well or nicely the product page is being done up. Kind of makes you more interested in the product and give you more confidence of the product, right? So this actually encourages repeat purchase, potentially, increasing your sales as well. So we have up to 16 visualization templates with various styles, which I will do a short demo later on the Seller Central interface. And then at each point, you can use up to 5 tiles, combine them in the many different ways, and more content can be still added. So in summary, it's actually a very easy, simple drag and drop interface. You don't need to do any website coding, etc., to actually make use of this feature. Right, these are just some example that you can see, right? Because they have these different tiles to showcase your product unique features for you. Right, these are some example which I mentioned earlier on. You can add image and text, right, to 5 to different content modules to highlight the elements of your product features. So something good is there is a comparison chart as well that you can use it, right? I can show you how it's going to look like. Okay. So brand story feature, all right, this is a newly launched feature. So what it means that you can stand out from the other seller and also connect to your customers by telling your unique brand story. You can now highlight the key elements of your brand and showcase other product in your brand without needing to repurpose of any of your existing A plus content modules. All right, this brand story feature creates a section that is separate from your product feature in a dedicated slot of your detail page called from the brand, right? So this banner kind of thing is really to highlight your brand story, right? So it helps you to connect to customers and there is your target audience. Okay, I'm going to show you just a quick demo on my end. Just give me a moment while I'm going to switch it over. Okay, I'm on my Seller Central page now. Can you all see it? Let me know if you all can see my website or not, huh? Let me just double check. Is it working on my end? Okay, so okay, thanks. I think it's a little bit of slow on my end. Okay, great. Coming back. So this is the Seller Central website, that you get access to when you register your account. So we are going to what we're gonna do, find the A plus content. You go to the navigation bar, the menu. A plus content is under advertising, interestingly. So there is this A plus content manager. You just click on it. All right. So if you have nothing, you should not see anything here. So what you're gonna do, you go to the top upper right corner and click on this start creating A plus content. Well, you may see different thing. I think because mine is a test account, you can't see the other feature here, but the idea is the same. You just go and click on create, or you give yourself a name, all right? Test content or something like that. Okay, so you can see now below is the editor. Or you can add the module. All right, this is what I'm talking about just now. You have up to about 16 modules that you can choose from comparison chart to for image text, etc. You can see there's nice modules that you can add. Okay, I'm gonna just, for example, add a company logo. All right, and then you can perhaps add one more like a okay standard for image. Okay, let's just try it first. All right, you can move up and down easily using the arrow, right, to move the different modules up and down. All right, I'm just gonna just randomly find one of my image I have here. All right, this is actually Alexa image. Okay, let's assume this is the logo I want to use. Okay, and then you also want to showcase for other product. Okay, charging ports. Well, I'm just gonna anyhow put in the contents I have. So if you have existing image, actually they will be able to keep track of your assets that you uploaded before. So you don't have to keep uploading it multiple times from your listing. Right now, these are the test image I put in before. I'm just gonna put it here. All right, and then maybe to showcase some features. Okay, let me just put something like that. All right, body text. All right. Okay, something like that. Okay. Okay, and then you can actually go to the preview first, all right. So this is how your A plus content gonna look like. All right. You can go to the desktop view. All right. So on the desktop, it will look like this, for example. All right. And on the mobile, it will look like this. All right. Now, example, this is what you need. All right. Then you just select next, apply on the async. All right. Let's look at the async. So you can, if you know your async, then okay. If you don't know, let's look at. I think yesterday during our listing demo, we created a product, test product, right? Right, this is a product that we tried to create. Okay, so let me just grab the async. This is the async. Okay, and go back. All right, I hope it works. But it's the async. Right, I want to apply the A plus content to this product. Right, then you can see that it says not published yet. All right, so after that, just select next. Okay, and do one more final check. All right, whether this is correct, and then whether the ASIN that you selected is the one that you want to use your A plus content for. Then you just click for approval. All right, so you will see this pop up. So all the A plus content will be reviewed, right, by the people. All right, so you will be able to get it approved usually within 7 business day. Right, and once it's approved within 24 hours, it should appear. All right, after it's been published. All right, so if it's not approved, you also get notified of the reason, and then you might need to make the changes. For example, they might say that certain wording or certain images is not up to the requirements, then you might need to do it again. All right, then you just submit for approval. Now, obviously, this is a test account. I don't think they are going to approve this. All right, but this is how it's going to look like. So when you go back to the A plus content manager, right, you will be able to see, all right, this is the one you submitted. Right, interestingly, it says approve. Uh, let's see how it looks like, huh? All right, now assuming if it's really approved already, 24 hours already or not, let's see. Right now, obviously, this is a fake test listing I create. It will not appear. So you can see even though the A plus content is approved, it might take up to 24 hours for the actual A plus content to pop out. All right. All right, and then this item definitely won't be appear for sale because this item has actually no stocks. So nobody will actually find this item anyway when they're shopping. So that is one of the things just to share that always keep your product inventory in stock, right? If it's out of stock, it won't appear when customer searches for it, or because you can't even buy it. There's no point to even show up for the customers, right? Unless the customer has a direct link, then he or she can access the your product listing page for the out of stock. Then they will see things like currently unavailable. So again, there's also no point because there's no way to buy it anyway. Right. Okay, since we are here, I just want to share with you. Let me look at the slides first to see if there's any relevant one I can share with you on the website as well. Okay, let me just go back to the slide first, huh? Okay, let's see. This is where I go to create the A plus content. All right, and then I shown you earlier on. Right, you can see I only have the basic due to the it's an old test account, right? But you should be able to see all these new feature. All right, the basic is the one that I show you. You can see the one, the premium and the brand story, which is the newly launched feature for A plus content. Okay, this is the step by step I was showing you. It's actually not difficult, right? You just follow through, put in the modules, design it accordingly, choose the modules that most showcase your product in the best manner, right? Then there are the preview buttons you can use to see how it looks like before you even publish it. Okay. Okay, now we are talking about listing. So I'm just going to go back there to share with you some of the A plus content since we are talking about A plus content, huh? Okay, I come back to the website. So once you are a brand owner, meaning that your trademark is being registered in the Amazon brand registry, something I mentioned in the past few days, where you can actually get your own brand store, which is like your store. It's on Amazon. Let me show you one of our seller here. Right, so he is selling this home base plant thingy that you can grow your own plant at home, you see. So once you're enrolled in Amazon brand registry with your trademark, you can unlock this feature, right? So for example, you can get your homepage kind of, hosted in amazon.com/your brand name like this, and it will bring you to your brand page. This is your brand page, and it's only available if you're a brand owner. right? You can see this is like a website of your own. You can design all this thing, right? Put in a nice image, etc. So everything is your product. You can do your offline marketing to drive traffic to your page as well. So you technically do not have to own your own website hosting. You can just put all your products here too. All right. So yeah, I want to show you how the listing will looks like, huh? Okay, for example, if I go to shop, right, I'm just gonna click you can see these are all very good example for you to take reference when you're designing your brand store page. All right. Okay, for example, you can see, I'm just going to scroll down. Yes, these are the A plus content, how it looks like. So typically, if you do not have A plus content, your listing is going to end like this, all the words and text, the bullet points. Okay, and it's going to end like that, right? Now with A plus content, you will see more details below, right? From the brand, all these things. Right, it gives your customer a lot more information to help them decide on whether or not this product is something that they need for them. Right, this is a comparison module. This is something very useful for customers who may want to consider other products that you're selling. Right, you can highlight your key feature and then also the Q&A module like this. Right, see, it totally kind of make your listing more attractive, right? Right, so I'm going to show you some other nice store. For example, one of our top seller as well. You've probably seen her in some video. All right, you see about lifestyle. Right, so you see if you have a store, during when you do the search, it will also appear here, which is why branding is very important. All right, so when people see this, it's like, oh, okay, they can actually go to the store directly and land on your brand store page. Right, you can put in videos also. Okay, put videos, all right, you can see how they design it. Right, so maybe one of the actions you can do later is to go and check out how they structure or plan their brand store page, right? And then click into their listing and you can see how they actually make use of A plus content to create a very attractive listing, right? You can see, for example, this knit blanket. Let's see if they're putting any A plus content. Yeah, this one below from the brand, right? This is the A plus content. This is a brand story. This is what bulk of branding is about, right? To create a kind of the resonation with your target audience. Oh, I can see. Right? Don't you feel like this product is good given that how much effort it's spent on creating all this to make sure that your customers understands the product better because ultimately you can't touch the product. So being able to write very good product copy, use very good high quality image is really important, right? This is pretty good, 4.5 rating. Right. All right, some more. All right, this is okay. You can ignore this. That's another one I want to show. So this is selling the skincare product, right? You can see how they design the different design of their brand store, right? They are the landing page of their stores, right? Just click on any of these. You can look at the A plus content. So what I always do is also to take reference from all these content that I myself think that is actually very attractive, right? To give yourself ideas on how you can design it, right? So if you get a own designer, that's even maybe easier for you. Just let your designer know, this kind of style and look and feel you want to try to emulate or something. They can create this kind of design and put it into the A plus content for you, right? So all these you can done so long you are enrolled into the Amazon brand registry. Huh? Okay, I think I've shown you all these nice brand store and also the A plus content, how it makes your listing really stand out apart from the rest. Okay, I'm going back to the PowerPoint slides. Huh? Right. So now we are near to the peak season already, right? This is what you might start to hear more and more. So peak season is essentially like the big sales season, right? So typically, if you went to search for it, you will know that there is about one or two key peak seasons during the year. So especially for the consumer you're targeting, for example, like US, one of it is the Prime Day, right? The date are usually not known until nearer to date. Then the other one is the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, which is really a very big sale event in the US, right? Right. So these are the things that you can do, right? Just for the tips for those who might think of maybe participating in the Black Friday, Cyber Monday in usually November. So the date for Black Friday, Cyber Monday are usually the public date, so you can tell which date it is, right? So product detail page is one of the things that we do see. If you optimize, it's something that you should also continue doing it. Optimize your product title. And with the brand building feature, you can do A/B testing. You can try out which title make better sales for you, and then you can keep to that title. All right, same for the bullet points. You can create different variation of the bullet points, different variation of the product title so that you can look at the data and let data decides for you whether or not it makes sense to use a certain title, product description, or bullet points. All right, so to share with you some product image success tips, huh? All right, so if you're selling in the apparel category, right, and then only this category you can use the real image of the human, right? And then if you're selling on to shoes, right, these are some tips for you. Right, the image should take up more than 85% of the image, the product itself. Right, some tips here and there. I'm going to show you. Right, then there are some tips for you to how you can do your if you're selling like furniture, home product. Let me see. All right, I will just let you glance through this. If there's anything I want to highlight, I will mention here. All right, so this is important, the basic requirement, the pure white background for your main image. Main image is the main image. Main image is the image that your customer will see when they do a search. It's the main image that appear in the search result. All right. Okay, it has to be white color, huh? The main image. All right. So this is really up to your photography skill. Always, if possible, put in reasonable use of the shadow and reflection, right, so that it appear more realistic. Now, again, like I mentioned past few days, if photography is not your forte, if it's something not your strength, you can hire somebody to do all this photography work for you as well. Right. Okay, this is example for electronic accessories. Okay, I will just go through some tips that you can take note of if you're going to be participating in the peak season, right? Always make sure that your listing is not being suppressed, right? Make sure to check the fix your product page, manage your listing page to fix any suppression of your listing or before the big day. All right. And then the variation, which I mentioned yesterday, make sure the variation is correctly set up as well. Right, and then all your listing, etc. The image has to be compliant. So there are times where you can still submit the image and save it, and after a while, when the algorithm checks and realize the image may not be compliant, then you will need to fix it. So those are the situation where your listing may show as suppressed. Right. So the brand name as well. If you have a brand name, do always showcase your brand name. And if your product is not a branded product, you're also not allowed to put the brand name on the product title. Let's say if you're selling generic item because you did not get approval to sell the brand item, right? You won't be allowed to put the brand name on the product title itself because it will be deemed as misleading, right? That will also get your listing suppressed. So this guide, you can actually get it in the workbook itself. All right, so there are a lot of the useful tips, right, to guide you for the upcoming Prime Day. All right, these tips is also applicable for Black Friday, Cyber Monday as well. So not to worry if you think that you are likely not in time for Prime Day. All right, so you download the workbook and you'll be able to go to the link of this guide. Okay, next I'm going to quickly touch through sponsored product ads. Right, we do have very specific webinar regarding sponsored product, Amazon ads. All right, Amazon ads. So that is more detailed. So I'll give you an overview here. All right. So sponsored product ads is one of the Amazon ads solution. It is based on the cost per click model, meaning that you only pay when somebody clicks on it. Okay, so you can see some of the example. When it is a sponsored product, it will show the sponsored text below the listing there. Yeah. And it will appear strategically in location that are visible to customers, such as within the shopping result and also on the product page. So this helps you get more exposures to your product. Some tips if you're going to run sponsored product ads, right? You can, for a start, use automatic targeting. But there are other ways you customize it, like your keywords or specific product, right? That is when you are more familiar with the how sponsored product run, then you can do further optimization, which is something that you should join our Amazon ads webinar to deep dive further, right? And then factor in your budget. What kind of bidding you want to go with, dynamic bidding or fixed bidding, whether you want the bids to go up and down, or you want to only pay with a fixed amount that you think you should pay for the particular campaign. All right, and so and so. So there are reports you can use to download the search terms, right? And then you will be able to see, okay, which search terms actually helps you to bring in product sales. Or then you can focus on expanding the search terms broader using broad keyword terms, match, etc. All right, so you can see we partner a lot with our Amazon Ads team as well to share with the sellers on how they can run their Amazon ads effectively. So do join and also watch the playback. So every month we have one Amazon ads webinar as well where you can ask questions regarding your ads campaign. Now, beside ads, there are also other tools that can help to promote your product. Right, these are the lightning deals, top deals, 7-day deals. You can see this is a huge table, so I won't touch in too much of it. All right, so the deals are usually based on recommendation. For a start, if you are just starting out, you may not have any deals be recommended to you. Right, it's not something that everyone can participate, right? Because deals will have a very, very high exposures on the deals page, which attracts a lot of traffic. So this will depend on the requirements you can see over here. Right, so if your ASIN, your product is eligible, it will be appearing in the deals recommendation page. And then it will be the best for you to actually participate and submit the ASIN to participate for the deals, and you will get very high exposures for your products. All right. So recently, I also covered a webinar regarding how you can run your deals, coupon, or promotion, and what are the tools available for you to increase the visibility of your products. All right. Again, those are quite a long session, so you won't be able to cover everything here, but you should definitely check it out once you started creating your listing, and then while you're waiting for your inventory to reach the fulfillment center or something, then you can use the spare time to, read up on how you can start thinking about how to run ads or use other promotional tools. Right, this guide is also available, or you can download it in the workbook. It will point you to the other guides as well. So another way that to actually drive traffic to your listing with customer reviews, right? So review is very important, which you probably know whenever you went online to do your online shop, right? You tend to look at a review to see, oh, is this product good? Is this product bad? Or is this product something that you need based on the reviews that you see, right? So this is very important, and it's also a part of customer shopping experience where review is really really very sought after, where products with review will definitely get more exposure, more sales as well. So because of that, right, to help seller introduce the new products, Amazon has this program where we call Amazon Vine, right? It's a review kind of program to help seller receive quality customer review from Vine eligible customers. So these customers are what we call the Vine voices, right? They have track record of giving very good objective reviews, which is why they are being invited to the program. All right, and then for that, they will be able to give quality reviews for your product. Right, this is Amazon Buy, and why do you choose this? Right, so for now, there is a special, not say special, but the program has become more accessible to everyone. In the past, you will need to incur at least $200 to participate in the program, but now there's a different tier. So if you enroll two of your units for the Amazon Vine program, it is free of charge now. All right. So meaning that once you have your product listed, you can enroll two units of your product up for the Amazon Vine voices to buy it in a way to get it free, and then they can review your product. All right. So this is I would say it works both ways. Make sure that your product is really, really that you think is good before you try to use this program, because it is not compulsory, or rather it is not required for the reviewer to only give good feedback, right? In a way that they might also give feedback that may not be very good depending on your product. Okay, but still they are the quality reviewer that will be able to give you constructive reviews as well on your product. Right. So on average, the Vine voices, the one who gets your product, will post a review within 22 days after receiving a request for review of your enrolled item. Right. So we do see that product with reviews are one of the most significant drivers of sales. 90% of the customers actually read customer reviews. Right, I'm one of them for sure. I would definitely scroll and read reviews, not even on Amazon, in every of the website that I bought things from. Review is something that I would definitely look at first if there is any reviews. All right, next will be probably the brand, right? I want to know whether is this brand I can trust, etc. So there are some limitations here you can see. All right. So at most with this Amazon Vine program, it's not unlimited, huh? Just so you know, or you can get up to 30 reviews, all right, meaning that your product, you have at least 30 products that can reach the customers, so you can get up to 30 reviews. All right. So once you hit the limit, the you won't be able to enroll any more of the products to the Amazon Vine program anymore. All right. And again, do take note that only the first two units are free. Subsequently, you will be to participate will be $75 USD dollars and up to a maximum of 200 USD dollars if you need more reviews. Right, so in one of my sessions regarding brand building tools, I also talk about more in detail about the benefits of using Amazon Vine. So you can actually rewatch that as well. All right, some key takeaway today is that we're almost at the end. So listing optimization is very important. All right, understand the different parts of A plus content, and you can only use A plus content if you are a brand owner, meaning that you have a trademark and you're enrolled in Amazon Brand Registry. So enrollment is free. If you're wondering, is it a free thing? Enrollment into Amazon Brand Registry is free. It's one of the free feature, right? But getting a trademark is not free. So that is something you need to find out on your own to get a trademark. And then trademark will be region dependent, right? So if you're going to sell into the US store, into the US, your trademark will need to be from the US PTO, right? So that will allow, or rather, that will give you protection of your product. Right. So just so you know, yeah, it is how it is. Trademark is country dependent, right? To get a protection, it has to be the trademark in that region of the customer you're selling. All right. So some other things like advertising and promotion basics, right? You can use knowing that you have sponsored products, which everyone can use even without a brand. So sponsored products, you can use it as well if you're not a brand owner. Okay. And then of course there are other products, other Amazon ads product like sponsored brand, sponsored display. So the other two Amazon ad solution will only be available once you're enrolled in the Amazon brand registry, right? And then also note that you have deals, coupons, Amazon Buy, all this to help you kickstart your selling journey and launch your new product. All right, so this is the end of the 4-day online curriculum that we have for new sellers. So tomorrow we have other session as well regarding marketplace product guidance. I think that is more applicable for existing seller and for brand owners, right, to help you explore further and scale your product selection using its one of the feature in Seller Central. So if you are keen to know what is there for you, you can also join in. So you know that at every stage of the selling journey, Amazon is there to have different programs to help you scale your business, not just for new seller, even for seller who are already selling on Amazon. Okay, I'm gonna go through the live Q&A now.